doctor. Now, live, doctor.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So, yeah, the YouTube is playing. Yeah, no audio, please. Use text. Okay, thank you, everyone. All right, so today is going to be an awesome day. So, today's session is going to be in a very simple and interesting session. Okay, so in this session, I want everybody to take part because this is something that we are talking about sugar. Okay, so before getting into this session, myself introduction. I'm Dr. Firdaus. I've been a medical doctor for more than 30 years as an emergency physician. Now, what I'm doing is being a health, wealth, and happiness consultant. So, we are doing a coaching where to get people to understand how to make our food to become our medicine. Okay, with this, DXN comes along as a pillar. Okay, because the current food what we have, we cannot accommodate our requirement. So that is why we need an option. Okay, so you need an option, a substitute where to hold on. Okay, so DXN is a food mall for more than 30 years, established in 180 countries. You all can seek for your leaders' help to get this information. All right, so let's go into this sugar. All right, so sugar is something that everybody like and love it so much. All right, but yet how far and how much or what is the understanding towards the sugar? Okay, this is something that everybody love. Okay, and a lot of people are not aware about the danger of sugar. Okay, so please keep the chatbot very active. I also want to know, uh, based on the questions you all can put in the chatbot examples and put some emojis, stars and things like that. Put a lot of things. You all want to give a rose for me? Yes. Want to put a heart? Okay. Or you want to put thumbs down? Oh, yes, please. Oh, good. Whatever. Okay. So because I'm also looking at the chatbot here. Okay. And also put your questions as well. Right. Because if you want to get all the question aligned at the end, it might be difficult. The session is going to be very short. It's more of Q&A sessions, and then the understanding will be much better. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Let's go into the presentation. Okay. Don't forget your tea, coffee. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's get my pen. Okay. All right. You see, the what we know. Okay, we know sugar is something that gives us energy. Sugar is the main source of food that we should have. This is what people's understanding is when it comes to sugar. Okay, let's get my pen tool here. There's some technical problem with my pen tool. Okay, all right. You see, a lot of people has this understanding. Okay, sugar is something that it gives you a lot of energy and so on. Okay. Okay, but how far this is true? Okay, and now you see the rate of disease is spiking way too high, and a lot of medical conditions or diseases just flooding. You can see everywhere people are getting into cancer, so much of many other complications, okay, which you have never heard of. The disease that you are facing is never heard of. This kind of disease is coming. All right, so let's see, exactly, okay, what is that? Okay, the food industry says sugar is a food. Okay, this is what they've been telling, and also it gives you energy. Okay, it gives you energy, calories, and so on. All right, but yes, they are right, not to say they are wrong. Okay, you see, in this whole process, okay, um, in the whole process here, the sugar, exactly what it does is it damages the mitochondria. Okay, see this mitochondria. Okay, this is a cell. Okay, this is one of the kind of main cell. Okay, it is like a mother cell in the cell. Right? It is one component cell. Okay, this is actually a powerhouse. It is a powerhouse. Okay, it gives you a lot of energy. This produce energy. Okay, in terms of ATP. Okay, ATP. Right? So and also it is a powerhouse. It produces a lot of energy. And at the same time, it also helps the cell to survive. It helps the cells to survive and also its function. What happens is when you take sugar, okay, when you take sugar, okay, this sugar is a big time poison. It damage the mitochondria. It damage this. All right. So when it damage this, it produce less power, and he has a lot of other damages which align along with this. Okay. You see, there is one substance which is very much inclined or get you can say similar with uh, this sugar, okay, which is cyanide. Okay, it is almost the same, sugar and cyanide. Okay, cyanide is a very highly poisonous, okay, stuff that if you take immediately it can cause death. The power of cyanide is 1000, sugar is like 100, but damage is equally done. Okay, so that powerful is sugar. You see, in food industry, they say this gives you energy and so on. Yes, if for 1 gram of sugar, it gives you 4 calories. Okay, 1 gram sugar, it gives you 4 calories. Okay, this is the so this is approximate, I think 0.24 teaspoon, okay, of sugar, about quarter a liter. Okay, so about like for 1 spoon, I think you need to get about like 5 grams. Okay, 5 grams is about 20 calories. Okay, you take 5 and then this becomes 1. Okay, just imagine. Okay, and this is quite high. Okay, so what does it do? Okay, it damage the mitochondria's 3 main function. Okay, it damaged 3 main functions. Okay, let's see what are the functions here. Okay, first one, okay, it it damaged the AMP kinesis. It is a fuel gauge. for the liver. Okay, AMP kinesis is a fuel gauge, for the liver. So this mitochondria has very highly three functions that fly has. One is this. The second is ACAD1 SL-CoA, okay, hydrogenesis. Okay, but don't worry about the terms. Okay, and what does this do is it is in charge of getting into the fatty acids. Okay, fatty acids. Okay, it also helps to oxidize. Okay, it helps to oxidize. Okay, fatty acid. Okay, and all this it is helped by function number 2. And function number 3, okay, it is CPT, okay, 1 patin palmital. Okay, this is to monitor, and this one will transfer, regenerate, okay, fatty acids. And this is more to the absorption, and this is to regenerate fatty acid. You see, these three functions is extremely important. Okay, so as I said in the last session, our liver is so powerful, whereby the liver's function, okay, is your liver does 100 job, and all the other organs will do one job. So the liver is so powerful; it has multi work to do. But when you take a lot of sugar, even it crush the liver for in many ways. Okay, so the liver's load will keep increasing, 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 increasing. Okay, this is what happens with the liver. Okay, so indirectly, the other organs will be stressed as well.
Sorry, doctor, I missed out. What is increasing? The liver?
The liver's load.
The liver.
Yeah, it gets to work very hard and get very tired. Okay, this is what happens. So remember, this is the three main function, okay, where it starts to drop. Okay, the co-host, if anybody putting the hands up, please put the hands down. Okay.
Yes, sir, doctor.
Okay, so and this is what is happening. So this is the main three functions of the mitochondria to program the cells. Okay, it is like a central processing unit, the mitochondria in every cells. This is what manage who comes in, who goes out, and the structure and the health of every individual cells. Cells are very important, okay, because it comes from the cell and then it produces the tissue and then it comes to the organ and then it comes to the function. If the cell is getting weaker, okay, and it's dying even much earlier, so this is what happens. It causes a lot of extensive glycation and it makes your cell is burning off. Okay, you see, so practically this sugar, okay, it poisons the mitochondria. Okay, it poisons. Okay, it poisons the mitochondria. Okay, so this gets very, very highly toxic. Okay, it gets very, very toxic. Okay, and this is the big problem. Very, very huge problem. Okay? Become toxic. All right. So the energy, okay, it poison, and then the chemical from the energy, the cells, okay, produce very less ATP. Okay, ATP is like a currency of energy. Okay? So, do you think if sugar does this, okay, if sugar can do so much of poison, and it is can change the structure of your cells, okay, do you think this is a food? Do you think it's a food? Please put in the chat box. Okay, and this is what causes so much of addiction, and also the sugar can cause you huge addiction. Okay, it can be like smoking, alcohol, and all this part. Okay, and this is what the sugar, and what we are having here now, the sugar what we are consuming is highly concentrated sugar. That is the big problem. Okay, whatever natural sugar that we had those days, yes, it is not even a food. It's not even a food that which you are taking. Okay, so, and why we are taking too much of sugar, and this is why the whole world is coming to one point where they all are dying. Okay, okay. What is this? Mama Stop. Okay, this is from Mr. Nixon. How much sugar are you drinking at the Mama Stop? Oh, this is crazy. This is really crazy. This is why the Malaysians, okay, the best in Asia. If our population is like, like 500 or 300 compared to other countries, we will be best in the world, or maybe top 3 in the world. As our population is so small, so we can't fight with a big population country like India and all. If not, Malaysia is always the champion in obesity and also disease. Because we have 24 hours shops, and the teh tarik, which is, I think, easily one day, I think easily about like maybe like 5 million people are drinking teh tarik every day, and number of cups I do, okay, it will be crazy. See, so this is what we are taking, which we are not supposed to consuming at all. All right, okay. Now, you see, the sugar is very much added, okay, into, is added into what? High refined, okay, ultra refined, okay, ultra refined, ultra processed food. Okay, all the processed food, there's added sugar, okay, such as breads, cakes, donuts. Y'all can put there some more, come on. Put your favorite list in the bot, chat bot. Okay, noodles, instant noodles, that Korean noodles, Malaysian noodles, Japanese noodles, Myanmar noodles, Colombo noodles, hundreds and thousands noodles. Okay, porata, perata, barata, all kind of ta, all everything comes with this sugar. Okay, one day we're going to talk about trans fat. Okay, saturated and trans fat also. Okay, and that is another big gorilla. Okay, you can say a few thousand pounds of gorilla. Sugar is another gorilla, the second gorilla. Okay, another fella is the fat. Okay, the saturated fat. The difference of both the fats you will be talking. Okay, so you see, like in Malaysia, 70% to 80% of the diet, even in the city in Myanmar city. Okay, I think maybe Myanmar could be a little lower, because what I see even in a lot of shops, okay, Myanmar shops, they buy real food. They buy less of processed food. But in Malaysia, okay, I think 70 to 80% of food is processed food, okay, which is processed food. Okay. This is what people are living on. Okay, not the real food. So they are taking fantastic amount of sugar with or without knowing sugar is coming. Too much, way too much. So an individual in Malaysia approximately are taking 80 grams of sugar. Okay, can be even more. Okay, in terms of spoon, I think 80 grams is very low. 80 tablespoon, okay, teaspoon, spoons of sugar. One individual are consuming that much. All right. So this is the similar effect, okay, as the poisons, right? Yeah, roti canai. Roti canai is jalebi. திருநெல்வேலி அல்வா ஐயோ எல்லாம் அங்கெல்லாம் போறீங்க. Okay, you see, let's see the food definition. Okay, what is food? What is food? Okay. Okay. What is food? Right. The food's definition, if you really go into the food's definition, okay, food's definition is about nourishing our body, giving the proper nutrition. So every food will have two options. Okay. One option, it will make you got to have growth. Okay. And another option was to have burning effect. Burning effect. Okay. Say like from DXN, our coffee comes under which category? A coffee doesn't give growth, it burns. Okay. This is the coffee. Okay. And then it's like spirulina. What it does, it grows. Okay, this is spirulina. Okay, so like RG and GL. Okay, RG, it also gives you the growth factor and burning factor, GL and RG. Okay, it burns unwanted things in the body. Okay, and also it will help to grow the good part of the cells. Okay, so this is what both this food has to do. Any good food, any normal natural food will give you these two factors. Either it has to do growth involved in helping the new cells to grow, or either it has to burn and produce new cells. This is what a real food will do. A real food. Okay? A real food will do this. But what is sugar doing? What is sugar doing? Nothing. Nothing. It doesn't do anything. It just make you happy and make you fat. All right? Sugar gives you happiness and also make you become more fat. Okay? This is uh, sugar's work. Okay? So now you tell me, okay, is this food? Is this food? Right? Give me some examples in the chat box. You know, what food does what in our DXN. You know, all of you know. Okay, like we have Morinzi. What does Morinzi do? Yeah, Morinzi does both burning and also growing. Okay, give a shot. Okay, all answers are correct, and no marks for your answers. Okay, all right. So you all can put down some for everyone. Yeah, no problem. No direct message to me. Okay. So this is what is, the sugar does nothing. Okay. Sugar is not doing anything. So sugar is working as become what? Toxin. Okay. Sugar become toxin. All right. Sugar become toxin to the system. Okay. Especially now we have way too much processed sugar. So he doesn't even have these two effects. All right. Okay. Yeah. Growth and burning, you all can put, like DXN, what product gives what. What do you think? You just put like that. Is spirulina. Okay. Spirulina, it gives you growth. Okay. Like that. Okay. So black coffee, it burns, it cleans up. Tea also does a lot of burning in the system. That is why when you take coffee, your heart palpitation goes a bit higher. Okay, for some you may go a little harder, but anyone who drinks coffee, they will have at least 5 to 10 beats. Okay, per minute will be a little higher because it makes your circulation faster. It does burn fat. It does burn a lot of things. So that's how a food should do. Okay, but the sugar does nothing. It just gives you effect of nothing. Okay, so this is okay. So now we go to the next. Okay, so sugar, it does not burn. Sugar doesn't burn. It is burnless. Okay, and it gains. It gain what? Weight. Okay, it become fat. See, easy to draw a fat person. It's like drawing glass already. Okay, it makes you bulky. Okay, this is what?
Sugar body.
Yeah, sugar body. Sweet body. Sugar body. So it makes you weight, okay, gain weight, yeah, uh, in every aspect, internal, external, trans fat, visceral fat, and many things. Okay, okay. You got to understand that growth come from real food. Only real food gives you growth. So in DXN, all the food that we have, okay, no doubt it is been processed, but it is a therapeutical food and processed in the right way. Okay, you got to understand also. If there is a question, then I'll answer. I hope you all will answer me, ask me some technical questions. Okay, DXN has sugar, DXN product is also processed, and how come this is good and the others are not? Okay, I'm also giving you what question to ask, and then I'm going to give you the answer. Not fair, right? Okay, all right. So it doesn't gives you any clue. You see, so this process, okay, uh, is very dangerous. But sugar has been used from thousands of years. In thousands of years, sugar has been used. Sugar is integrated into all the food. Any single food that you eat, any vegetable you eat, it will convert as a sugar. Any plant, any grass, any leaf you take, you eat, you chew, it will be converted as a sugar. You see, the small amount of sugar, okay, amount of sugar your body can tolerate. Where? In the intestine. Okay, it can tolerate. It will convert the sugar into fat. Okay, the sugar will be converted to fat in a smaller amount. Okay, into fat. Okay, the sugar can convert in a smaller portion. The liver doesn't have to do. Even uh, the intestine will do this. Okay, will process to make it. Okay, so this process, okay, yeah, you see, it can process this, the intestine can process this. Name for this process, okay, it is called as, okay, de novo lipogenesis. De novo lipogenesis. Okay, de novo lipogenesis is the terms where the body converts the little sugar into fat. Okay, de novo lipogenesis. This is the process. But now we are eating way too much of sugar. So all the other sugars is converted, okay, as what? Okay, and so you see, why does this thing happen? When you take a very small amount, okay, of sugar, small amount of sugar, okay, the sugar is in a very small amount, okay, very little you take, so it will prevent the liver, it will protect the liver, so the intestine will convert the sugar as a fat, and the fat will be used in your intestine for the microbiomes, for the growth and all. So this is what happens, right? When you take way too much of sugar, now people are eating like crazy, a crazy amount of sugar. Okay, they take like a very high level of sugar, very high. Okay, so what happens is this all goes to the liver and will be converted as LDL. Okay, low density lipoprotein. So it will convert it as a cholesterol. This is the bad fella. Okay, this everybody knows. When you do a cholesterol blood studies, and this is what will shows there, that LDL is very high. Okay, this is dangerous. Okay. Tengkorak. Okay, so this excess amount of sugar, it will overload your liver, and until you break the margin of this little sugar that cannot be handled by the intestine, all will go into the liver. Okay, so that liver has to reprocess. It cannot do anything. Okay, a little sugar will be kept in the liver for emergency purpose, that is as a glycogen, around 150 grams, 160 grams of glycogen kept in the liver for emergency purpose. Okay, and then anything extra will be converted as a fat, and where the body will keep the fat, and this is the biggest thing, then it will be floating as a LDL, and this is what will lead you to heart problem, diabetic problem, so many other things which I'll come to. Okay, so this LDL will cause what are the diseases? Okay, it will go to heart problem, heart disease, and then into oxidative stress for the cells, Alzheimer, insulin resistant, metabolic disease. You can just go on, cancer and so on. Yeah? Eye, glaucoma, all this will come into when you have very high level of LDL. Okay, remember this. So this is why a lot of people have this blood. When those who are listening to this session have high cholesterol problem, you see which is high, LDL or HDL. If you have LDL is very high, that means too much of sugar coming into your system, and all this has been kept, okay, as a fat, and also your body is manufacturing more fat. Okay, and this is what happens. Okay? So sugar comes from many ways. The processed food you're eating, biscuits, cookies, and also the added sugar, fruits, okay, milk, all the pastas, many. You can just keep going on with the list. Okay, you got to understand when there is a sugar in your liver. Okay, when there is a sugar in your liver, it is equivalent. When you have sugar in your liver, exactly, the fact is mimics as alcohol. It's exactly alcohol. Okay, for those parents who are giving a lot of sugar to your children, in a way, okay, you are feeding them alcohol, right? This is why some kids' face will turn black, the skin will turn black, because you are causing extensive amount of inflammation, in many other aspects inflammation, and this is exactly like alcohol. Okay, the fact where the liver process the sugar and process the alcohol is the same fact. All right, remember, for those parents who buy them yogurt, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, all kind of carbonated drinks, okay, all that cause extensive amount of damage, okay, and this is what happens. So sugar is alcohol, the fact where it damage. Now we have fatty liver syndrome, okay, we have fatty liver syndrome, okay, not by alcohol, more by sugar, okay, more by sugar. This is the big problem. From who? From the kids. Okay, pediatric department is full of non-alcoholic fatty liver syndrome. This is a new disease been clocked, okay, in medical. Why? Because of sugar. So is this food? Yes or no? Yes, huh? Food, huh? Yes, Mr. Sam has experienced this on his son, okay, and he has given a lot of sugar to him, and he was turning dark. Okay, skin, a lot of skin problems and inflammation, and so much of things. Okay, and this is what happens. Okay, if you can see my examples, my own. Okay, I this whatever I'm talking here is what I found out my own theory, and I flooded myself with sugar. Okay, I was different a year back, and now I stopped sugar and add a lot of fat into my diet, and I am totally a different person. Okay? So I have done all this, what I know, what I'm telling you, what I'm sharing you is on me. Okay? So you are still allowed to consume in a very small amount of sugar. Okay? So that is still safe. All right. So let's see, when you take so much of sugar, it opens up the door into inflammation and all. So here we're going to see what is metabolic syndrome. Okay? See, metabolic syndrome is something that you need to really know. Okay. Syndrome. Okay. This metabolic syndrome is where the phase 2, after you take sugar, these indications will start to click in. Okay. The first one, okay, visceral obesity. Okay. Visceral fat. Okay. This is one. And then insulin resistant. Okay. Insulin resistant. Then high TG, triglyceride, low HDL. Okay, in people's term, LDL is a bad cholesterol, HDL is a good cholesterol. Okay, so this is high density lipoprotein, LDL is a low density lipoprotein. Let's put this in a bracket. Okay, LDL. This is the bad one. Okay, this is a good one, good boy. Okay, so you need to have a lot of this. Okay. But this you will have very low. If you have LDL higher, HDL lower, you're definitely going to get into cardiac issues. Okay, so these are the, and then also another, you can keep adding here. Okay. Your waist. Okay, if it is anything more than 36, okay, you're into metabolic syndrome, right? And then eye vision and so on. Okay, there is normally this is the main 5 metabolic syndrome. Okay, visceral fat. Visceral fat is internal fat. You can see people having a big belly, big stomach. That is visceral fat. Insulin resistant. Your body has declared not to release any more insulin, because I also spoke about this. Insulin is one of the most powerful and strong hormone, which glycates a lot of, cause a lot of problem. And then triglyceride. Okay, triglyceride is another very harmful part of the cholesterol. So this is due to a lot of frying items. Okay, cooking oil and all these things, and then HDL, and also waist more than 36. Okay, so this is and also hypertension. Okay, HPT, hypertension. So if you have all this is, you're digging your own grave. Okay, now let's go into metabolic disease. Okay. Okay. Metabolic disease. Let's see what are the metabolic disease. Everything you can just pile it up here. Okay, this is hypertension, cancer, PCOS, polycystic ovarian issues, ladies problem. This is dementia. Okay, then comes non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. This is what everyone is having now, unknowing. Okay, then the insulin resistant. Okay, next step is diabetic, right? And then cholesterol problem, we put as lipid problem. Okay, Alzheimer disease. Okay, diabetic mellitus. You see, among this, you got to understand, right? Okay, okay. You see, a lot of people consume a lot of sugar, but at the same time, they always claim they are not a diabetic. Okay, they have some elderly people who love sugar. They love sugar, right? Because they used to it, used to taking sugar for years. If they are 60, almost like, the time they know what they're eating, maybe like 260, 55 years, they have been taking sugar. But thank God they don't have diabetes. But what will happen? They will kick into this. Okay, they will kick into this. It's too bright. Kick into Alzheimer, dementia, Parkinson, all the brain disorder disease. Okay, every single thing. They keep forgetting. That is, your brain is getting into problem. Keys. Your car, you never lock your car. You forget the route. You forget a lot of things. You will forget a lot of many things, especially the key, your whole house key, your car key, your documents, it's this and that and everything. Very forgetful. So cut your sugar immediately, increase the fat before you drop into the big disease issues. Okay, got to make this. All right. So then it goes on. You can just keep adding on disease here. Okay. Cancer and all the cancers, lung issue, asthma, okay, skin problem. Okay. Some of what? Put in the chat box. Thyroid. Okay, what else? Okay, osteoarthritis. Okay, osteoarthritis, fibroid, cysts, this, that, eye vision, gout. Yes, everything. Metabolic disease, which is inflammatory disease. Why all these things happen? Because one wonderful fella that we should love so much, that fella is called Mr. Sugar, which you love so much, right? Which you have been taking way too much. Okay, and in the sugar you can subdivide into many other departments as alcohol. Okay, there are so many sugary kind of alcohol. Okay, like wine also falls under this. You see people like wine, but then they go and buy the very cheap wine, which is like 20 ringgit per bottle, all right? And that is more like a table wine. We call it a stable wine. That sugar content is very high. It's very sweet. Okay? If you were to buy like 120 or you see the price difference. Good wine can go up to 90 to 100 plus. A cheap wine can go up to 20 to 30 ringgit. That's the difference. But the tasty ones is the 30 ringgit one. Okay? The non-tasty one is like 100 plus. So the real wine lover will go for the 100 plus, which is not sweet. It is kind of different taste. Okay, but that's different. The same goes to the alcohol, and then the topping in the alcohol, people add on sugary carbonated drinks, all kind of funny things. Okay, people, because they're food junkies, due to the addiction, they want something to be sweet. Okay, yeah. So this is what is been happening. Okay, let's go further and see. Okay. So the conclusion here, we have come to the end. Okay. So you got to understand that sugar, same as any of the sweet substance which comes with sugar, fructose, sucrose, and all this is alcohol. They're both the same. To process, the liver process it in the same way. But both are very powerful. They are like a knife. If you take alcohol a little amount, it becomes beneficial to the health. The same goes to the sugar. The problem here is we are way too much, we are consuming too much of sugar. That's the biggest problem. Okay, so remember, okay, this the fatal, the fate of these two is the same. Okay? You can't run away anyway. So right, so sugar and starch, sugar and starch. Okay, starch is both are carbs. Okay, for those who don't know, sugar and starch are both carbs. Okay, so this is like it causes abnormal aging, abnormal aging. Aging effect. Okay, will age you up very, very fast, and this will act like a wildfire. Okay, wildfire. It will just start to cover one side, it will start to burn your entire, like it's your whole body, mitochondria, cells, the aging, the memory, organs, vessel fat, your arteries, your tendons, muscles, everything will glycate and shut down the system extensively fast. Okay? And this is the biggest problem. Okay, and I want you to understand one thing. The end of this session, you see, there's something that you need to really, really understand this. You see, your lifespan. Okay, um, your lifespan is the age that you're going to live in this world. Okay, the age that you're going to live on this earth until the death. This is the born, and then until the death. Okay, it has to be equally. Say you get 70, you have to have health span. Okay, has to be safe. Okay, it has to be straight. So if this is 70 years, the 70 years you have to be healthy. But what is happening now in the current world? People live here for 70, the health only comes up to 50. And balance 20 is sickness, disease. Asthma, diabetes, hypertension, I cannot see, this cannot see, knee problem, toe problem, nail problem, erectile dysfunction problem, cancer problem, fistula problem, hemorrhoid problems, and on and on and on and on. And this is the time they are very highly qualified to say, I am old. I am gone. Vidubaba, Kadupoput, the dialogues will come. Okay? So all kind of things, you making yourself extremely unhealthy and you making yourself sick. So remember, your lifespan has to be equal to your health span. Till the single day on this earth, you must be as healthy as you want. And this is possible by correcting your food. Okay, so the final here, that is why we have DXN. We have DXN as a food mom. The DXN has been a food mom. Okay. Okay. Any questions that I know? Okay, before I tell you, okay, this is what the DXN has been a food mom. Now come. DXN has coffee with sugar. DXN moringa has sugar. All right. You're definitely going to ask me this question. I'll answer in advance. See, this you can take with sugar. You can take sugar, but what is it's got to be limited as much as possible. Okay? My consumption of coffee is 90% is black coffee. Okay, then I add with my oolong tea, my black tea, spica tea, and all these things. And occasionally I go for Vita Cafe or Codisab or whatever the other coffees. All right, but once in a while I do drink cocoa tea. Yeah, I do drink. Not to say no, it's nice. I do take. Okay, and rice is so minimum. Okay, extremely minimum, just a couple of spoons. And I consume a lot of DXN like VCO, fat, and all these things. Okay, so this is how you got to manage it. Okay, then you got to see, which I told you, there is two things will happen when you take a real food. One is burning, one will give you growth. Okay, one more is nothing. Okay, this you got to avoid. But DXN products falls on all these categories. It purifies your body. This is your purification. And this is growth. It rebuilds back your system, and it also burns and kills what is not needed. Okay, VCO, okay, it does a lot of burning. Okay, one of the best antiviral antibacterial is fat. So what type of fat we have in DXN? VCO. Contains of so much beautiful things. Just drink VCO 40 to 50 ml per day. Put it into your salads, put it into your egg or whatever, coffee, whatever. Okay, so this is the main source of food. Right? Main source of food. So for me, my DXN products is my food. This is my food. Okay, I use this as my food. Okay, this is my food. So whatever outside which I'm eating, that is like medicine to me. I'll take very minimum. Okay. So black coffee, how many I drink? About 4 to 5 black coffee per day. Right? At least one tea. Yeah, either it is spica tea or oolong tea. Now I've reduced oolong tea, and then I've gone for the black tea. Suddenly my love is towards the black tea. Maybe I have black tea. Okay. So yes, Miss Cho, cheers. You see, so this is how you got to interview. So let's go to the Q&A sessions. Let's take a couple of questions. Okay, we have another 10 more minutes, I guess. All right. So thank you so much for the humble hearing, and let's go to the questions. Okay. Any questions, please?
Doctor, I have one question.
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah.
I
Okay.
have the
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have the right message. Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Cho, go ahead.
The child is 6 years old, and after after eating, and a few minutes later, and then he went to the toilet, and also his mouth got the very bad breath. And should I ask him to take PCOS? And how much spirulina should I give to him for the 6-year-old child? And I think it's like just after he went to the toilet straight away just after eating.
Okay. All right. The question is 6-year-old child, immediately after the food, he has to go to the toilet and also has a very bad breath. Okay. This directly we could understood, this is due to liver and also stomach issues. Okay. So spirulina, how many to give? You can give as much as you like. 10, 15, 5, 20, doesn't matter. This is food. Okay. In DXN, we don't have a fixed dosage method. That is your individual like. But in the bottle, there is due to required by the packaging, the governments and regulations. That obviously there is a little guideline there, but not necessarily they got to fix with that. Okay, you can eat any amount you like. Okay, so and also Morinji is very important for this child. Before doing all this, make sure the child is not taking all the bad healthy habits. You need to fix that. You need to fix that. You see what is the junk food that is taking, that is eating too fast. Okay, what are the carbonated drinks or any kind of coloring, syrup, juicing, all this. Right? So this is very important. And what you can give from DXN, you can give a lot of things from DXN. Okay, we don't fix with one. We are not doing any treatment. Okay, you give all the good things to the body will absorb all the nutrition and fix the entire problem in the system. Simple. Okay, we are not doing treatment. Okay, spirulina is good, VCO is good, Morinji is good. Okay, yeah, it gives a lot of enzyme because the child doesn't have proper digestion. Okay, enzymes are so poor. That is why immediately after the food he has to go to toilet. So give Morinji is very good. Okay, you also have to give micro-veggie for the child. Okay, and not necessarily they have to give every day. Okay, but if you are taking micro-veggie in a smaller portion, you can give every day, or you can give alternate days or weekly. For those who have good digestion system, micro-veggie you can take like alternate days, no problem, or weekly also good, or daily also it can not a problem. Okay. Okay. Next questions, please. Okay, you see another question here. What about those sugar replaced like stevia, monk fruit, sugar, aspartame? You see, this is like similarly, you're asking what is the replacement for smoking? Okay, can we use some other sort of smoking? No, you cannot. Okay, so even the stevia, okay, aspartame, monk fruit, all these are still is sugar. Okay, but it is bad. It's not necessary. Okay, you can cover replenish. You see that day one of the member asked her very good friend, do you take what coffee do you drink? Wow, he sent a very lengthy message. He claiming that he takes a commercial coffee. He doesn't put anything. He just adds some stevia, and then he takes a lot of cookies, biscuits, the 4 square biscuits, and he said it's very healthy, this, that, and all. Okay, but this is very bad diet. You see, this will lead him to cardiac problem, diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, stroke, cerebral vascular disease. All this will come after later. Okay, so why in that cookies there's a lot of bad fat is there, and then sugar is still high. You see, the people's understanding there is no replacement. Sugar is not a, because all the food comes with sugar. Everything comes with sugar. Okay, so when you take rice, the rice what we have now, it is highly modified, genetically too much modified. Okay, you all still remember, okay, those days like 30 years back, you to cook rice without a rice cooker, it takes almost 1 hour to cook rice. But now 10 minutes is good enough to cook the rice because it contains too high starch and it can cook very fast. Okay? You see, this is the problem. So those days, rice was very less starch, and now the rice is very high starch. Starch is sugar. Okay, so rice is one of the biggest problems. Now the science in agriculture is so drastically changed, and now they have harvesting 2 months once. Okay, they already have 5 harvesting. In Malaysia, they have 5 harvesting. Those days was 4. Initially, those days was only one harvesting per year. You see, genetically been extensively been modified. So all these sugary things which is added, which is bad. You see, suddenly they came with vape, right? For the smokers, they said vape is good. No, vape is still bad. Cigarette is still bad. All right, vape is also bad. So that's how it's the stevia.
Doctor, what is that vape? What is that vape?
Vape is electronic cigarette. Okay.
What is stevia?
Stevia is another form of herb sugar. Okay, there's a concentrated sugar. Okay, they'll just put on health benefits and all. Those days, stevia is a leaf, and the leaf is very sweet. All right, they use this ancient medicinal practice people, the herbalist. Okay, when they give you herbs, the herbs are very bitter, sour, and different taste. So they ask you to eat the particular herbs which is bitter, then they will give you the stevia leaf to make you feel less of the bitterness. So then after that they found out, wow, this can be converted into sugar, and then they convert into sugar, and now the thing is the marketing is so good. Okay, just 2 drops, everything's solved. That is the most complicated and difficult part. Okay, we are not condemning any brands or any particular thing here. It's just over promoting and this and that and this and all this. Okay, remember, as a food, there's only has to do 2 things: burning and growth. Right? Okay. Yeah. So any more questions? Oh, the chatbot is so active, huh? That's good.
Doctor, chat box, no more, doctor. Somebody raised hand, doctor.
Yes, can
Maybe.
unmute him. Yeah. Madam Parimlam, your side have any questions? You can also.
You want me to ask that?
No, no.
No.
The
Okay.
hand raise one.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Meeting on Tuesday.
What happened to him? Unmute. Unmute.
Yes. Don't mean a lot. You may ask your query now. Don't mean a lot. You are there.
Dr. Sundaravadivel sir has asked a question. வலிப்பு
Uh-huh.
நோய்க்கு virgin coconut oil கொடுக்கலாமா?
ஆருக்கு?
Okay.
வலிப்பு நோய். Oh, he's
Okay.
talking.
မှာနေပါတယ်တော့ကျွန်တော်တငယ်ချင်းကစီကန်းလေးကန်းကို6ကျင်ပြတာတော့မတက်တာလို့ तू ကနေထိုင်ရင်းနဲ့မောနေတယ်အမြဲတမ်းမောနေတယ်မလှုပ်ရှားဘဲနဲ့တခါတည်းကြာရင်ဘလို့မောလဲဆိုတော့အောက်ဆီဂျင်ကျပြီးတော့မောတယ်အောက်ဆီဂျင်ကျပြီးအခုကျောတငယ်ချင်းဘေးမှာရှိပါ
The patient is his friend next to him, and he wants to see the doctor with to the four different clinics and 6 times already, and then what he's feeling inside. So
6ကျင်ရှိကြာမတက်တာသူကမောလို့ရှိရင်အောက်ဆီဂျင်ကျပြီးမှမောတယ်
what happened is that he is always tired. He always tired, and what happened is like his oxygen is always going down, and
How you
all
know
the
his
time is
oxygen
like
is going
he's
down?
having
How he knows his oxygen going down?
ကျွန်တော်အတန်မကြောက်ဘူးဟုတ်ကဲ့ကြားပြီဟုတ်ကဲ့စီကန်းသွားတဲ့ခါကျတော့အောက်ဆီဂျင်တိုင်းတဲ့ဒီဆက်ကလေးကိုလက်မှာတက်လိုက်တာဒီအလန်းနေမြည်လာပြီးတော့ဟိုဆရာဝန်ကသူ့ကိုအောက်ဆီဂျင်ပိုက်ထိုးထည့်ပေးရတဲ့ပုံအဲ့လို
so okay, every time he wants to see the doctor, and then when the doctor check and his alarm coming, and then the doctor asks him to take the oxygen.
Does he have
So,
constipation?
ဝေးချုပ်လာပြောကိုယ်တိုင်ပြောကောင်းကိုဖြစ်တာကို
ပြော
သူက
ဝင်းတော့မချုပ်ပါဘူးဆရာမ
no constipation.
No constipation. Okay. What you can do for this is, first advise him to stop all the inflammatory food.
Dr. Question.
Question is, he have been to a couple of clinics. He has difficulties. He very weak and doesn't have the energy, and they notice that his oxygen is very low. Okay, and all these things. Okay, you see this kind of issues when you go to the hospitals. Okay, either they will do a blood test, or sometimes you can't really find out things in the blood test. Okay, and then they may just do this test, just to find what are the clues. Sometimes everything turns out to be good, so you may not able to rule real scenario.
ဆရာလေးတလင်းလာလေးကြမှာသူကဓာတ်မှန်ရိုက်ခိုင်းတယ်မတက်တာဘူးဆိုရင်ဒီကြားထဲမှာစေတနင်းကုန်နေဖြစ်နေတဲ့အတွက်ဓာတ်မှန်ဟွာတွေကပိတ်တဲ့အတွက်ဒီကြားထဲမှာဖြစ်ရင်တော့ဆေးရုံတန်းသွားခိုင်းတယ်ဒီကြားထဲမှာတကယ်လို့မဖြစ်ရင်တင်းတင်းလာနေကိုဓာတ်မှန်ရိုက်အားဆေးတွေပေးလိုက်
သူဆေးရတဲ့အိမ်မှာမီး
ဟော
ချ
သွေးပေါင်လည်းကျတယ်သွေးပေါင်ကျစီလည်းပေးသွေးပေါင်ကတော်တော်ကျတယ်အပေါ်သွေးရောအောက်သွေးရောကျတယ်
Also, he had a low blood pressure as well, very low. And the doctors gave some medicine. If not okay, then ask him to come back on Monday to take the X-ray.
Okay, what is he taking from DXN?
။ဘာမှမတောက်သေးသူ့ကိုအခုမှမိတ်ဆက်ပေးရတာ
No, not yet. At the moment, just taking oolong tea.
Why? What is he waiting for?
It's a new. I
Okay.
think a new
Okay.
friend. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I advise him is, whatever follow-up that he's doing in the hospital, continue doing. Okay, we just don't want to miss out something. And that is one. Okay, we don't want to interfere on the two areas of the medical. So if it is needed for X-ray or scanning or whatever, ask them to continue doing it. So from DXN, you can start him on spirulina, morinzi, GL, and all these things. Okay, so that will cover. This is food. This is not medicine. This is food. He needs a good nutrition. So most probably his blood got to be some problem, HP issues, okay, stomach problem, spleen also can be weak and all these things. Okay, so just start him on the proper nutrition side. Okay, and then also RG, GL also can start him on the same time. Okay, you see, like a lot of people say oxygen issues. Everybody has the same amount of oxygen on the air, but your body, your cell, oxygen absorption rate is different on every individual. If you are healthy, your body will take in a lot of oxygen. If you are very unhealthy, your body will not absorb oxygen. The cells are not so healthy. That is where the mitochondria just now, which I spoke, and that fella is the one who is in charge of monitoring all these things. So most probably his previous lifestyle was very bad, that the mitochondria has been damaged or the whole system is weak. Okay, having the patient not with me, this is my general advice. So start all these things with DXN and also continue the further investigation with the doctors there. That will be the best. Okay, so don't think that you're taking DXN already, then you can stop seeing the doctors. No, if the problem solved, then it's okay. If not, then still continue trying to find out what it is. So anything through the leaders you can contact. Okay. Okay, so next questions. No questions, we can.
Doctor, one
Oh yeah, the VCO.
query from yes, next.
Yeah, can be given. Why cannot be given? Can be given. VCO can be given by anyone. Okay, anyone can take VCO. Even a small baby, born baby, can use our DXN VCO.
Doctor, he's in the Damansara. I think he lives in a hill. Can he come and see you?
Yeah, can, no problem. Tomorrow I'll be in Tida's place. He can come. Okay.
Doctor, one query from Madam Puan.
Okay.
For psychotic issues for a male youngster who is often experiencing body pain as well, admitted and getting treated. Any advice, doctor, please?
Yes, on DXN, okay, all the psychotic issues will have a lot of stomach issues. Okay, stomach, small intestine, and large intestine. Okay, so let the medical team do what they got to do, and this side we cover on the nutrition side. So give him a lot of lion's mane, GL, Brinzi, a lot of spirulina, and then it, in fact, okay, it will work parallelly, more effectively with allopathy medication. Okay? You see, allopathy medication, not to say not good. A lot of people also has this misunderstanding. The allopathy medicines gives you side effect, give you this, give you that. The kidney will damage, blah, 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 all these things. It is not like that. You see, if you are taking something in an extreme amount of duration, you are taking like 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. You see, you are not well and you are taking medicine for 30 years. You are not doing anything. You are not changing yourself, right? So which is worst side effect? Not the medicine side effect. Mental side effect is worst, I guess. That means you refuse to change. Then what they will do, you see, there will be one fat member, fat patient, diabetic, hypertension, varicose vein, knee pain, toe pain, neck pain, nose pain, finger pain, hair pain, everything pain. They'll be taking a lot of medicines, but they'll be nicely eating also. They'll be nicely eating this, eating that, eating fruit. When you ask them to walk, they'll say, no, I cannot walk. My knee problem, leg problem, bum problem, this problem, everything problem. But they'll be taking medicine. When anything happens wrong, they will blame all the 10 fingers. Nurse not good, doctor not good, this one not good, everybody know. Day, super. You see, take medication as what is given. Go back home, work on yourself. Do a lot of work. Sacrifice your food. Wake up early in the morning. Walk a little bit. Walk 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes or so is okay. Then add one more 5 minutes, 15 minutes. After 2-3 days, make the 15 become 20. Slowly. By 1 month, in 30 days, you should have walked almost 1 hour. So you will improve step by step, little by little. If you are getting good, superb, why the doctors want to come and give you medication? No. The doctors will say, wow, you are improving. So you can avoid the medications. Yes. They have so many patients have recorded their sugar. Okay. They after a period of time, they see sugar rating is so low. They go and show the doctors in the hospitals. Doctor, look here, my sugars are very good. Okay, I've changed my entire lifestyle. Now I'm so good, active. Can I stop? Wow, yes, you may stop. Yeah, that's happening. You see, the biggest side effect is the mental, the mindset. People have a very, very poor mindset, refuse to work, refuse to fight, and come out of it. Everybody want the easy way out. Okay? They'll buy DXN, they eat 1 day must get better, 2 days must get better, 1 week must get better. If it is not good, they will say, no, this thing doesn't suit me. But bread suits them, nice teh tarik suits them, friends call, can go and drink. That one suits them. Now all this will suit them. Smoking suits them. Yeah, good thing don't suit them. So there are a lot of people, mentally, they have disability. Okay? All right, we'll take last question and then we'll end the session. Okay.
Yes, doctor.
Yeah.
Mr. Sai Yugon, may I ask your query now?
Okay, ဆရာမင်္ဂလာပါဆရာမဒီ VCOL ကိုကျွန်တော် beverages နဲ့တွဲတောက်လို့ရပါတလားပေါ့ဒီဟာပြီးရင်နောက်ထပ်တစ်ခုက VCOL ကိုကျွန်တော်တို့နေ့ရှည်အသုံးပြုလို့ရလားပေါ့အဲ့နှစ်ခု
can take the VCOL and rosé juice together. The one question, and another thing is I can take the VCOL for a long time. Is there any bad effect to the body?
Okay. First question, you want to take Roselle. The question is, can take Roselle and VCO together? Second question is, can take VCO long term, there is no any side effect. Okay, the first question, answer is yes, you can take. If you like the taste, then go ahead. If you don't like the taste, then you can just switch it to individual. It doesn't make any health benefit if you take it together. You can take as you like. Okay, either with VCO or without VCO, and it all works in a different way. Okay, you see, when you take rice and then you take the curry, you put the curry, you put the rice, you eat it together. Now you're going to eat the rice separate, the curry separate. So what will happen? Said, hey, come on, it tastes different. That's all. But at the end of the day, it goes into the system, and then that's it. But both the health benefits will be the same. Okay, but there is no side effect. You can take VCO for a longer period of time, no problem. Okay, that is good because VCO, it is from coconut, and our VCO is even much more superior. Okay, it's fermented, okay, extra virgin, and has to Ganoderm extract into it. Okay? So no problem. I've given up to 60 to even 70-80 mLs, but nothing happens. Okay. Sometimes when you take too much, it may just clear up your stomach. Okay, but 30 to 40 mLs a day is sufficient. You can add it to your food, you can add it to your coffee, and you can use internal and external. Okay, all right. So done. Okay, you get the question answer.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Okay. I've seen this gentleman, right? You've been to Malaysia, right? No.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, the handsome chap. Okay. Okay, let's end the
Yes,
session.
in July.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, to make this session a wonderful session. I also like to thank the co-host, interpreters, and all the participants and everyone. Okay, so we'll come out with next session. If you all have any suggestions, always come out with your suggestions, and we'll see what is the best for you all to be given. Okay, so integrate DXN into your lifestyle, because DXN is a lifestyle company and also it's a food one. Okay, so this will really give you extremely powerful leverage on obtaining fantastic health. Okay, by having DXN in you, by changing your lifestyle, definitely you're gonna know the choice how to stay healthy. Okay, so take off now. Bye bye.